Hello and welcome to another special edition of Maddie Allin Live with TMoney, going
What's up,
over the
guys?
details for our upcoming HEXICAN.vegas meetup, the first mass Hex meetup. I know everybody's really excited about it, so TMoney and I have a bunch of great announcements for everybody to get you hyped up. So
That's
thanks for
right.
joining us.
Nice. Thanks.
So the first topic today that we could go over maybe is my latest experience meeting a real life Hexican in the wild. Now, I have minted my own Hexicans out of my friends and family, and that's been a really positive experience because I've done it over the period of the past year and a half that Hex has been around. And even people that I got in just 6 months ago or less are already, extremely happy with their returns, of course, because Hex has been doing really well, even during this time when Bitcoin went down 40%, and so did many other cryptocurrencies. And so I got a chance to meet Johnny Chaos in real life at his chaotic studio last weekend, and we did a little live stream, and he gave me one of these diamonds that came from his magic trick of turning marbles into diamonds to help people remember what they have in Hex is worth more than it seems.
What?
And that was, he's got kind of a viral video that all of us in Hex really love, that we can link to, I'm sure. But so it was a blast meeting Johnny Chaos in person. And that's, I think, a really good indication of how it's going to be whenever 200 Hexicans get together in Vegas. Is going to be pretty wild. What do you think?
Oh, dude, it's gonna be off the hook. Here in Vegas, we're all excited. All of our volunteer staff is ready to receive you guys. We're gonna have a good time. Of course, we have 3 days of great events, and of course, the main events that everybody's looking forward to is crashing the car, right? So
Yeah.
we've put some new little details and spins on things. So when you come in, right, we're all gonna meet up at around 4 o'clock at the or if you want to go in a little earlier, they open at 3. Actually, I believe the bar there at the basement of the Mom Museum. And so if you want to take the tour, also you can take the tour of the Mom Museum. So we have discounted tickets at $15. Usually they're 30, so you can see the whole museum. And then your last stop is the on the bottom floor. You can see the history of Vegas. You'll probably see one of our because we're from Vegas, so you'll see our picture there too. No, I'm just joking. Um, so
maybe someday in the near future you will
probably,
go
right.
down in history as a
Yeah, well, all the Hexicans, right? That just we're all mafiosos,
That's
and
right.
really took a put the money system on its head, and this is when it happened at the
Yeah,
first meetup, right?
that's right.
So so it's gonna be off the hook. We do have a videographer for the whole weekend. Shout out to Robert Macias and Wild Card Studio Productions here in Vegas. He's a great guy, great videographer. He's got his own podcast studio too, and he's actually part of the Vegas crypto talk here that we're doing episodes. If you want to go to FreedomTV.info, we already have posted 3 to 4 episodes on our on our YouTube channel. So that's great. You can
And
meet him
people
there.
better go and check that out because it's fantastic. I love
Yeah.
watching your episodes with him, and all of the productions that you've been doing really have been adding to the quality of the Hex ecosystem. You everything from your thumbnails to your content. I really enjoy it, and so I wanted to say thank you. Everybody, go subscribe, FreedomTV.info, and
Yep.
then while you're doing that, go ahead on this stream, hit the like, subscribe, and share it out to anybody that you want to have a chance to learn more about Hex.
Absolutely. And we're going to have some, some of the live, together in one room. Hopefully, some of our influencers on Hex having our podcast at his studio. So look for that and on the times on that too for that weekend leading up to that.
That's right.
So
Yeah, I'll be live streaming on my channel. I've already said basically I would say like when we're in the mob museum, I'm going to set up something like off to the side where people can just kind of line up and like do a check-in with the camera, kind of like the office style type thing. And
yeah.
then let's see, when there's the tank crushing, I know tank crushing a car, I know lots of Hexicans will have their cameras out for that. I'll be live streaming it, and you can hear kind of, I'll connect my AirPods, so you'll be able to see from far away the video setup, but then you'll be able to hear me directly on my AirPods there. And then let's see, and then there's just going to be pop-up times whenever I'll just grab my phone out and say, all right, let's do it, and check in with the audience at home and around the world.
By the way, we're going to have our own billboard, our electronic billboard at that event where the Vegas Battlefield, Vegas, when we crush the car. If you want to send us some pictures of anything that you guys want to post, just email it to us at IM at FreedomTV.info. That again is IM at FreedomTV.info. So thank you for sponsoring us. It's Rhino Roofing, one of our buddies here in Vegas. He's a fellow Hexican, just got onboarded, and he's providing the billboard. So he's like, "What up?" Right? So thanks.
Yeah, thank you very much to everybody who's contributing, and it's going to be really exciting to see. Also, this isn't, there's a Bitcoin meetup happening right now in Miami, and they are not selling tickets for $60 to $70. They are not getting people donating mobile billboards or discounts at every location, right? They're jacking the prices up. They're taking advantage of the Bitcoiners because Bitcoin isn't incentivizing people to create community and to give back to others, right? And so that's a main difference. And we're going to see that play out in this community over the next 14 to infinity years. And so I'm really excited about that too.
Nice. Yeah. So, we wanted to make this first kickoff meetup very special. I mean, there's already been talks if last night when we were at RG3, right, on the Discord podcast, the YouTube stream, we want to do this every year, right? So,
Yes.
we want people to feel safe, that this is a safe place to come out and play and be in Vegas and meet new people, meet new Hexicans, right? Always, be safe all the time. Don't bring your crypto, wallets with you. We're not going to be trading in here or anything like that. So, we just want you to be there.
Yeah, to the security point, I would say, people are going to secure their cryptos in all sorts of ways. People who are public streamers are not going to say how they're securing their crypto, but they are going to educate their audiences on all the different ways that we can have security. The fact that people will know that you are gone is a risk, right? So if somebody knows where you live, and they know that you're out of town for a while, then they could potentially rob your home, which is why many Hexicans have guns and knives and booby traps. Many Hexicans do not keep their private keys in their homes. Many Hexicans separate their private keys into different pieces that you have to have 2 out of 3 of the pieces in order to reconstruct the private key. And many Hexicans have even more complicated security means than that. And so just because, I mean, so to be real, I mean, taking it with you versus leaving it at home, like those aren't the only 2 options. And
right.
So everybody's going to have their own security. We know, I don't anticipate people getting blackout drunk and like, you know, emergency end staking or something like that. I mean, it just doesn't fit like the community. I know it's kind of like a joke or something. But I really think, you know, if anything, what I've experienced is if there's a huge increase or a huge decrease in the market while we're all together, that's going to be even better for our group because we're going to be able to encourage each other. We're going to be able to support each other to just stick with the plan that we already created. Right.
Right.
And so I think like all of these warnings, it's really important to pay attention and to think carefully because this is just like HEX is an IQ test, like meeting up, that's a security test. Like so far, everybody's been passing their HEX test really well because they've been using HEX as a way to get financial freedom.
Cool. And then you can kind of tell where we're at because all the volunteers will have our volunteer shirts. It's going to say HEX.com,
Yes.
just like that. Right. And then on the back, it'll say Vegas team on the back.
Yep.
Scan me. So, you know, you can't get confused on who's who, right? So it's only, you know, we only have where it says Vegas team. Those are the people from Vegas or the volunteers that
and they will have special badges that we will not reveal so that somebody can't just run out and go print up some T-shirts and then kidnap you at the airport.
Right, exactly. So, you know, you want to stay safe, right? We're actually going to be, some of the volunteers are going to be at the baggage claim to greet you guys, obviously till a certain point, and then we're going to go ahead and meet up at the on that Thursday and kick it off right there at the Mob Museum. So yeah, go to Vegas, HEXICAN.vegas for the itinerary. We'll have the finalized itinerary way before that, right? Like the whole week before that. So just all of our alerts or anything like that is going to be on that website, so you can kind of see what's going on, right?
Yes, yeah. So all of the links to the different tools that you need for this event can be found at the event program at HEXICAN.vegas, which will tell you about the way to keep up with the Telegram, which is t.me/hex meetup. And then also, for those of you who don't have tickets, you're starting to run out of luck because even though they're still for sale, like the capacity of the Mob Museum is 180 and we've sold 180 tickets. So maybe there's going to be 10 people who don't get in until Friday or Saturday, like, right? Or maybe 20 or something like that. But don't think you can just show up to these events and then there's going to be unlimited space, right? So the people who have planned ahead, and it's not so much about collecting money, because it's clear everybody's getting a very good deal with the mask and the badge and the shirt and getting admittance
discounts
to the club and discounts and everything. Like, it's really about, we need to be able to plan ahead and, you know, basically to be able to, I mean, space is limited, just like the amount of HEX that will ever exist is limited, right?
Yeah, it's true. You know, so these venues were planned or pre-planned based on the tickets that we sold. You know, that's why we didn't charge like $300 or exorbitant prices for the ticket. The $60 was mainly as a counter, right? To create value and also to get your the shirt, your badge, and your mask, and your discounts, all that right there, way more than $60 for the ticket. Yeah.
And yeah. So what else would be helpful to go over at this point?
Sure. Did you want to show them the Mob Museum? Do you have the link?
I've got it.
Oh yeah, let's show them the Mob Museum, where we're going to kick it off.
You can even share the audio with this one too. Let's see. Here we go. Theater mode. The distillery. Share audio.
That's their actual moonshine right there. They make that there at the distillery. So that's a nice little place, right? So that's actually just the one part of it. There's actually the bar area, and there's a whole area where like where it's kind of like the restaurant area. So it can fit like tables and chairs. It can fit about 180, but then there's the standing room. So if they only can allow a certain amount of people at a time because of COVID, right? So now the nice thing too is also, like I said, you can get if you have your badge, just show your badge to the door and for our event, and it's $15 to actually go into the museum. It's 3 stories of museum, so there's a lot to see. It's a great little venue. It takes about an hour to an hour and a half to go through it. Your last stop would be the distillery, and you can just hang out there with us. So that's a great venue. So we're going to be there. The actual bar closes at midnight, so you can hang out there, or if you want to go and do your own thing, it's up to you guys, right? So we're going to be hanging out there pretty much from 4 o'clock to about 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. So and it's up to you guys what you guys want to do afterwards, right? Because I'm pretty sure some people are going to be coming in jet lagged and whatnot and want to go and kind of rest easy. But then the next day on Friday,
there's a question that I have. So is there going to be a way for us to distribute the badges before people go to the distillery? Because then you said that they could use that for the discount to get into the Mob Museum, which people would probably do before they go to the
right.
distillery.
So that's why we'll coordinate that with you, Maddie.
Okay.
We can get it depends on when you're coming in, right? That's why we needed also when you check in with your hotel, that's where you're going to pick up your badges and whatnot. So the first thing, so when you go,
nice.
Yeah, so when you land in Vegas, right? You want to go straight and check into the hotel and get your badge, your shirt, and whatnot. So if you're at the Aria or the Bellagio, now if you had another hotel, you got to let us know, right? So that we can pretty much coordinate there at the Mob Museum. We can give it to you there.
So what I'm telling people is that if I don't already know from your ticket form that you're staying at the Aria or the Bellagio, then plan on picking it up at the Mob Museum.
Mm-hmm.
Do not send me 200 messages saying, Maddie, how do I change my ticket information on Eventbrite? I'm going to be here, there. So we'll standardize it so that way, that the event organizers, will be able to focus on all the aspects of the experience and make that real smooth for everybody. and then really, I mean, if you're going to the distillery around 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock when we're starting the meetup, 4 o'clock's better because then you can do a cheers to Hex right at 5 o'clock when everybody gets paid. That'll be a pretty cool moment. Then, how late is the Mob Museum open?
Till midnight. Well, yeah, the distillery, the
But what about
bar
the
area
actual
is till
going
midnight.
back upstairs to the Mob Museum?
Yeah, the Mont Museum is open till I believe 9 o'clock, 9 p.m.
Nice. So there'll be plenty of time for people
Yeah.
if they want to pick up their badges downstairs in the distillery and then go back upstairs to the Mob Museum. I think a lot of people will do that. So
Yeah. So yeah, so just
Cool.
and then we're gonna have like we said, we're gonna have a little space there to do the video, right? And if
Yeah.
you know, like a little interviews or anything like that,
Yes.
say how what's up, right? So it's gonna be good.
You will be able to appear on the Matty Allin live YouTube channel yourself.
Nice.
In the flesh. Everybody who wants to, who's attending the event, I'm excited to let you see behind the scenes on how we make the movie magic and all that good kind of stuff.
Yep.
Now, I guess since we're kind of at this first day going over this part of the HEXICAN meetup, do we want to make a note now about people still registering and sending us information for the Bellagio, or have we met our
yeah, so the Aria
amount?
actually we that one's closed. I mean, we did our maximum on the Aria.
So
now,
people can still register to stay at the Aria and book however you want. The discount period has closed for that.
That's
so
correct.
You can just work it out. And then how about when it comes
Bellagio's
to
still open, and it's open till tomorrow. So we still have about a block of 3 to 4 rooms to fulfill, and at the Bellagio. So if you're one of those procrastinators, it's okay. You can still register. Get your link. The link is still live till tomorrow. So actually, we're closing the link tomorrow, on the 6th, Sunday the 6th, and so if you want to get a discount after that, we gave you plenty of time to register for your hotel, so and do that. So
now to be clear, we need 3 or 4 more people to register their rooms, because in order to get the discount, TMoney put his credit card down and he has to pay for the rooms either way. And so it's super important. I know we had about 20 people sign up and say that they wanted to get the discount. Now, if you already, because it took a little while for us to get the discount link because Bellagio is, having a delay.
Yeah.
So if you followed our instructions and booked directly with Bellagio, send a message to me on Telegram or email or Twitter or anywhere, just not on this YouTube stream because I can't check all those, but send me a direct message, and then we'll add with your reservation number, and then we'll add you to the block, and then you'll get a discount, and we'll get TMoney off the hook here for these rooms, because I don't think he needs 4 rooms to himself.
No, I live here, so I don't.
Perfect. Okay.
I don't need them.
So we need Hexicans to step up and make sure that you go ahead and either use the link. I'll post it here. Use the discount link to get your
reservation. Your discount. Now, or if you booked without our link and you still want to be included, please let Maddie know. All we need is your reservation number. Or if even you booked at the Aria without using our link, you could still get the discount. Just let us know. Give us your reservation number. That's all we need is the reservation number. If you, so we can let the hotel know and then include you in that discount. So when you check out, you'll see the discount.
Okay. All right. I've got it here in the live stream. I put it out there, the Bellagio discount link.
Mm-hmm.
book.passkey.com/go/Hex Vegas Meetup 2021.
That's
Or
right.
just click on it there.
Yep.
Awesome. Cool. That
Yeah,
covers
and so
the
that'll
first
go
day.
straight. That link goes straight to the Bellagio website, and that you'll make your reservations. You can do how many days you want, and then they'll include you that's the discount. I mean, we pretty much arranged. So Tuesday, Wednesday nights, if you want to come in early, I mean, it's $150 a night, which is for Bellagio, which is like a 6-star. It's one of the crown jewels of here in Vegas, right? Your Friday night and Saturday night, it is going to be like $300 a night, which is awesome because usually it's about $600 to $800 a night, depending on what type of room you have.
Wow.
So we got mad discounts for you for those two. So it's only $300 a night for those 2 nights. And then your Sunday night and if you want to stay Sunday night, Monday night, or even Tuesday night, it goes back down to $150, which you do not get that. You do not get that in Vegas. Anybody knows Vegas, that's for Bellagio. Bellagio is one of the crown jewels of like the one of the highest ends of hotels. It's pretty much between the Four Seasons, Bellagio, and the Wynn. Those are the 3 that are like the most expensive hotels to book. So
I stayed at the Bellagio for one night last year when I was in Vegas, and it was outstanding. I stayed at other places as well, obviously, and it was definitely the best. So
yeah. And then you can get we have our room reservation is facing the fountain, which is on top of that even more. So
hell yeah! Wow, that's awesome.
So
that's
you get
really,
the fountain
really
facing rooms.
Wow, yeah. And if you look out from the Bellagio out your window, and then you see the legendary fountain, and then if you keep looking across the street is a very awesome restaurant called HEX Kitchen, and they misspelled HEX and put 2 X's instead of 1, but we'll forgive them. We'll let them know.
Well, they had to do that because they didn't want to copy us, so they just put an extra X.
Well,
just kidding.
So I wanted to shout out. Thank you so much, Hex Monkey, for the Cuatro Cinco super chat here. $55.55. Thanks, Maddie and TMoney, for all you're doing for the community with this event and the details. We appreciate you. Thank you so
you guys
much,
are totally welcome. I mean, it's been a pleasure to host this event for us. This is, to me, I feel this is my town, right? I grew up here in Vegas, so we want to have a great time. We want to have a safe time. We want to make sure that this is epic, so that next year and the next year, we can host it again and over again.
That's right. And part of the plan here, to make sure everybody knows, is that I was honored to host the first HEX conference, and that happened in January of this year. And we had 40 different HEX streamers, all who are experts. We had Richard Hart, the founder of HEX. Everybody came together, and this was an event that not only benefited the streamers, who all were required to get green screens and upped their production value, but it was also a chance for us all to connect, to cross promote each other, and to educate and extend the community. And I think onboarding is one of the highest missions that we can do as a community, because otherwise we're just being greedy. If we want to keep HEX for ourselves and let people figure it out on their own, that means that we're getting slightly more HEX, but we're missing out on the opportunity to change other people's lives, which once you achieve a certain amount, I mean, money is great, but helping other people, I think, is, for a lot of people, that's even better if you can get both in one shot. And so
Right. I mean, that's why I'm onboarding all my family, because we're already kind of For five, we have our 5 year stakes. My brother, myself, shout out to Lewis Hex. Um, so that we're going to do something special. We're going to go on a cruise, with the whole family, like his daughter, my wife, his wife, my brothers, my other sisters. And so, we're really planning something special in 5 years. So on our 5 year stake. So we
Now,
staked good.
yeah, now you guys better be careful and make sure that you don't end up owning the cruise line by the time that 5 year stay comes out.
Maybe we buy the boat and let's do it, right? We sell.
Um, and so yeah, so we did the first Hex conference that was online, during the global shutdown and during the opportunity to bring everybody in Hex together. There were a number of people who came out of the Hex conference and started streaming themselves because they realized what Hex was all about and they saw the power of the community. Now, the second event that I'm honored to host here, in collaboration with RG3, Discourse Syndicate, Hexologists, TMoney, and everybody else who's been contributing and making this possible. This is the first mass Hex meetup, and it's clear that it's going to be a huge success. Even 100 people, let alone 200 people, all in person. I mean, we're maxing out the capacity of a lot of these places, and then this is all culminating into what will be next year, or yeah, so the very beginning of next year. Then we'll probably have an in-person Hex conference, and
Yes.
so having made these connections now and allowing the entire community to contribute, I think I'm committed to being that guy in Hex who does the conference stuff because I come from a scientific background and I'm extremely passionate about Hex and willing to donate my time and energy to make that happen. So
Yeah, I mean, like we really want to get Richard Hart as a guest speaker on one of these days.
oh yeah,
Uh, have other speakers come out and play, and especially all the influencers, right? That they can be live and have them speak and have their stories told. And so it can be a great thing, that can really come out of this.
that's right. Yeah, and our mission here too of not only building community and educating ourselves about Hex and about all the opportunities we can have is also to onboard other people, whether it's family or strangers. I think this event in particular is an onboarding exercise and a community building exercise. We won't be having scientific talks at this Hex meetup, but that will be coming to the next Hex meetup after that.
Mm-hmm.
And so then we'll be able to kind of merge the two events of the first Hex conference and the first Hex meetup, and then really have something that'll be an all-in-one.
Yeah, because this time around was a little organic, right? So
Yeah.
to pull this off, organize this in 60 days, it's insane, right?
Yeah.
So we just wanted to have you guys have a good time, especially the first one, events that you would appreciate, great selfie pictures and get your social media going, put out the buzz, have some fun. There's a lot of fun things that we're going to do. So that was the main thing right now, and it's a short period of time that we could get together. Now for next year, definitely we want to implement a lot more of the talks and the conferences, and now that we have a little bit more time to organize, so we can organize it even better next year.
And it also makes sense this year. I'm glad that we chose to make it more online and more informal because really imagine having spent several $1,000s each person traveling somewhere, even if they could have in January of this year, that would have you would have missed out on your opportunity to buy Hex at a third of a cent or something. And
Right.
so, it's really it's a balancing act, but I think we'll continue to have good timing, right? I predicted that the world would reopen, and that our timing would be just right for this first Hex meetup, and so sure
And
enough,
sure
we'll
enough, I
continue.
mean, you timed it
Yeah.
right. Did you have a crystal ball? Is that what happened? Did you meditate?
Well,
How did you
I did
know?
all the things. Yeah, I closed my eyes and meditated. I spoke to the other side. I consulted expert scientific information. Yes, I got
Yeah, so you
the Ouija
consulted the
board out.
aliens?
That's right. Yeah, aliens too. I mean, they said not to say anything, but now they're doxxed. So
That's funny. So yeah, no, I mean it was perfect. Actually, so by June 1st, Nevada, the whole state of Nevada has opened up. Just so you know, you don't have to wear your mask if you're vaccinated. If you're not, they're asking you to still wear the mask. Still wear social distancing, 6 inches apart. So
6 inches or 6 feet?
I'm sorry, 6 feet. Is it 6 feet?
Okay,
6 feet? Yeah, whatever. It's social, whatever the social distancing
whatever.
is, right? Um, you know, but here everything's open up. All the bars are open, all the casinos are open. They're not checking. It's on the honor system, so they're not checking if you have a vaccine card or anything like that. But just keep it with you just in case, because especially in the airport area and so that they're a little bit more stringent. So or when you're traveling, right? So you want to keep all your valuables in a safe place. For example, in the hotel rooms, there is a safe for you. So if you want to keep all your valuables there, don't bring your valuables to the events. Keep them safe.
You
Obviously,
could
you're
get
going to need your
pickpocketed.
ID, huh?
People could get pickpocketed.
Yeah. We don't want you to get pickpocketed or anything like that because it is a lot of people are coming out from California, especially, and it is. There's a lot of people out right now on the street, so just check on that, right? So just be safe, know your environment, right? Be on the watch for each other. That's all I ask, right? So let's take care of each other just like a family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
Awesome.
yeah. So on Friday, just so you know, so Friday we're gonna meet up at the Bellagio. It's called the Conservatory. We're gonna be around there 2:30. So just kind of like start mingling. There is a Rolex watch. That's where we're gonna be. You can't miss it. It's a Rolex a retail store right there. And that's where the conservatory is. We're going to be in that space right there. We can all meet up there. You will please put on your shirts for Friday, right? And so, and then we're going to take a picture at the conservatory underneath the Rolex watch. It's a big watch, so it's not it's not small. So we're gonna take a picture there, a nice little selfie of the whole group, and then we're gonna walk
Ooh,
over there
nice.
to the fountains and watch the fountains right there. And we're going to take a picture in front of the fountains. And so, yeah, that's the Mom Museum right there. And then, so we're all right there. Yeah. So we're going to meet at about 2:00 right there at the Bellagio Conservatory. You're going to see in the conservatory, there's a Rolex watch that's jetting out. It's huge. You can't miss it. So we're going to take a picture for Richard Hart there with the biggest Rolex watch you can ever see. It's only in
Yes.
Vegas. The At 4:00, we're going to go ahead and walk out. I'm sorry, around 3:00, we're going to walk out to the fountain, and we're going to take a picture there. And then an hour later, at 4:00, we're going to take a picture in front of the HEX bar and kitchen. You can eat there. You're going to have discounts there to eat if you want to eat at Hex. Now, the Hex Kitchen, it is first come, first serve. So it's not like we reserve the place for you guys. It's first come, first serve. There is other eateries around there. There's also the Miracle Mile shop there if you want to like get something else, so maybe a little less expensive if you want. So there's a lot to see. And that's all we want to do is definitely do the countdown at 5 o'clock. And then also we're going to take our picture on our selfies, and you guys can do whatever you guys want to do on Friday night. So if you scroll down, yeah.
Okay. So for those parts, so that's whenever we do a group picture, we'll have a dedicated person taking the picture, and then they'll send it to me, and then I'll send it on the Telegram to everybody. I'll just put it in the Telegram for everybody to have, so that we won't have to take 16 different pictures on different,
right,
180 different phones or something.
That is correct.
And that'll be good. And then like TMoney was saying, it's really great that we've got this schedule laid out to kind of have like rolling times basically. So we can't fit all 200 people inside of the Hex Kitchen all ordering at the same time, but like people will spread out. Some people, will go in waves inside or go down the street and stuff. So it's going to be, more decentralized than some sort of schedule. Like everybody eats, at this exact second and stuff like that. But we will be trying to coordinate like to get a synchronization of everybody for a picture, synchronization for everybody to be able to do a cheer at the same time at 5 o'clock every day, and that sort of thing.
Yeah. So, so that this is good. So you can get your. We are going to have a videographer. So he's going to take video and take pictures. His name is Robert Macias. Shout out to him. It's the Wildcard Studio and Production. So he's the one that's going to do it. And so we can probably afterwards, he can give us the copies of everything and release them. And we'll probably can even post them on this website. Yes, Maddie? Afterwards?
Yeah.
So people can download them?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can download
we'll have
a picture.
It on the Telegram, and then we'll pin it on the Telegram, and then we'll also have it on the blog here.
Perfect. And so, and after that, so after 5 o'clock, you guys can have your dinner, kind of break up sessions if you want. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. And then at night, we do have, if you want to get on the Marquee Nightclub, it opens up at 10. It starts
you will not wear your HEX t-shirt for this.
I'm sorry, what?
People will change out of their HEX t-shirt into more formal wear for this.
Yeah, and then you can follow that link right there if you want VIP table service. It's not required though. If you want to like something nice, a little bit more VIP for you and your group, just go to that link, and then you can reserve your table, your VIP table service. Now you're going to jump the line, and there's going to be no cover for anybody. And so bring your badges. And you definitely want to have your badges on there, because it's your badge that's going to get you jump the line and no cover. Okay. And so his name is CJ.
I will not bail you out. If you forget your badge, no crying to me, no blowing up my phone. You can wait in line and you can do your time. Because in HEX, you're responsible for your own financial freedom, and you're responsible for your own time. And so if you've locked yourself into waiting in the regular line, that's up to you. Don't forget your badge. These badges, are limited edition, right? And so there's only going to be about 200 or 250 of these things. And so I know that there will be people showing up to the event. They did not buy a ticket. They did not buy a badge. And we will run out of them. And then, sorry, Marquee can't hold more than 300 or 400 people. And
right.
So it's going to be, if there's 200 Hexicans, then, another 100 Hexicans on top of that might not be able to go in at all night if they're part of the general public. So
awesome.
Plan ahead. That's
plan ahead. You want to definitely plan ahead. We're giving you all the tools so you can plan ahead. So that's the link right there for if you want VIP table. It's discounted so already because of our group. So we already arranged that. We have a person there at the door. His name is CJ. You want to ask for him. He'll be there at 10 o'clock and ready to lead you guys in. Okay.
And what should people wear for this event?
Yeah, you want to dress formal. So dress for a nightclub, right? The gals with the sexy outfits and the guys, with your good studs, right?
So, dress shoes.
Yes, dress shoes
and dress clothes.
Dress
No
clothes.
sandals. Yes. No dirty
shorts.
sneakers. Nothing.
Yeah,
like
no
that.
sneakers. If they're dress sneakers, that's I think they'll make an exception. But you want to play it safe, right? So
correct.
So you want to dress to with nice threads. So it's a nightclub, so there is a formal wear.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be off the hook. So if you scroll down, and so that's there. You can party all night if you want, and that goes into Saturday. You can sleep in till about 11 o'clock in the morning. Get your breakfast on, whatever you need to do. We are going to be at the Sin City Smash, so we're going to smash them. If you have some inner rage that you want to get rid of, you can join us at the Sin City Smash. That and destroy some stuff in the room. Bring your if you have someone that you really want to let out some rage, you can do it there in a safe environment there at the Sin City Smash, and that's at noon. So from there, we're gonna it's pretty much a hop and a skip to Battlefield Vegas, and that's obviously that's our crown event. We're gonna smash the car. If you want to, these are the packages that we pre already arranged, so you can sign up for any of those packages if you want to actually shoot some guns, blow up some stuff, right? I don't know. And then if you want to, and then we're going to go ahead and do the Battlefield tank, and we're going to crush a car. We're arranging for the car. If you're going to be there a little bit earlier, if you're going to come in early, our volunteers, we're going to have a time where they're going to dress up the car, spray paint it and whatnot before, and that's going to be at our yard at our Liberty Salvage Materials, which is our yard at the recycling yard.
Now we promised Richard Hart that we would not graffiti the names of other cryptocurrencies on there.
That is correct.
We do not want to ruin our relationships before and during the Pulse launch, and so we're also not going to sit around and sing Kumbaya either. So the compromise here, of course, people can spray paint things. So this is going to be a live stream event, and we're going to want this to be something that goes viral, and that people who maybe didn't realize that they'd be interested in getting rich because there's so much noise in the world and so many scams. We want them to see a tank crushing a car with 200 people around it cheering and all being excited about HEX and Pulse Chain. And so we're not going to spray paint any slurs or anything that would get the video disqualified from being on YouTube.
Yeah.
And then I've got a special treat for what we can put as the license plate on the car. Drum roll, please. I know I've already shown a couple of people this, but so one of the things that we're going to be smashing ideologically is fiat lies, right? Because the more money that gets printed, the more value gets stolen from people in the world. And so we definitely want to crush fiat lies. That's one of the Nevada license plates here. The other thing that we will be crushing that seems pretty safe to crush is high fees, because Pulse Chain is the solution for the high fees that are being charged on Ethereum. And it's, you know, in recent weeks, it's cost up to $100 to send a token on the Ethereum network and $300 or $500 to do a swap. Now, this morning, today, it's been much, much cheaper. And in fact, last weekend as well, it only cost me $5 to end a stake that was many weeks overdue. But look at that we were held hostage by high fees for so many weeks. And that's not something that we signed up for. And so even Vitalik, in his most recent interview with Lex Friedman, his second one that they've done together that just aired this week, Vitalik admitted that he did not plan ahead well, and this has caused the cost to use the S load function, which is to get memory from storage, reading from the disk. Basically, all the smart contracts that, like HEX, that help people save for the future got penalized because of the poor planning that happened in Ethereum that caused the high fees. So we will be crushing high fees, not only at the Vegas event, but also with Richard Hart's latest blockchain project, Pulse, which promises to fix a lot of the technical problems with, well, no promises, but it's designed better, and that's what we need as a community. How about that?
Awesome.
And then
yes.
No battle tank would be complete without flying some sort of pirate-esque flag or some big black flag that you know, tells you which side it's on. You know, we don't want people to confuse the tank, you know, for America's crushing fiat lies, because guess what? America is not crushing fiat lies. The dollar is not stopping high fees from happening. But I can tell you what is.
Woo!
This giant HEX flag.
Do it, Maddie. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we're going to wave that flag right there, buddy. Nice. It's upside down, by the way.
Is it? Okay.
Yes.
Oops. That's like, isn't that a sign? We're not giving up. We're not flying it upside
down.
Yeah,
no, we're never surrender. Never give up, never surrender.
It's like too big to put on the screen. Cool.
Wonderful. Dude, that's going to be amazing. That's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
So we're all ready. We're pretty much ready to go. So
there's so many other surprises and cool things that we have in store for you that we haven't even announced yet. But as you can see, things are really building up here as this is our 5th every other week check-in. And then I assume we'll probably have one more the week before. Maybe. So we have what, 2.5 weeks?
We have 2.5 weeks left, right?
Yeah.
We have what, 20 days? About 20 days?
19 days.
19 days.
Woo-hoo!
Yeah, because you're coming in early, right? So
I am.
Is that right, Maddie?
That's right.
Yeah, you're coming in a little early, and we're gonna organize the final details, all the little gift bags and whatnot, so you guys can get them at the hotel room. We're gonna put that together. There's a lot of little things that we need help. If you want to be a volunteer, you know, more the merrier, the better. The benefits of being a volunteer is you're going to get a free shirt from us. So you know, so you can you know, talk to people about HEX, onboard people on HEX, and so and kind of direct traffic. If you know Vegas. If you don't know Vegas, then, you know, I don't know if you want to be a volunteer, because people are going to be asking you a bunch of questions. Where's the baño, right?
Yeah. Cool.
So, okay. So after that event, we are arranging transportation from there to the Nerd. Now
Cool.
we only have transportation for about 40 people.
Ah.
Some of the volunteers are going to use their car, the local volunteers. They're going to use their car. So it's first comes, first serve. If we're going to be 100, 200 people out there, so definitely you want to prearrange your Uber, right? So if you're going to use Uber, you can use Uber or Lyft. They're actually really good. Um, the distance, it's not too far from the Nerd to the from Battlefield Vegas. It should be about, well, it depends on the surging charges. It should be a $15 to $20 Uber or Lyft. Okay, sometimes it's even less if you do the what they call it, it's the pool ride, because if you pull it together and have four in a car or three in a car, you guys can pull it together
Now,
and
will
it's a
we
lot
be
better.
able to double back with the buses and have like a second uh,
Yeah. So
round?
we can. So that's what I'm saying. Per trip, there's gonna be 40,
Okay,
right? I can do about
perfect.
40 people at a time, and they can go and then drop off. But then there, you got to wait for the
Yeah,
second
and so some
wave.
people will choose to
Yeah, if
take
you
an
want to choose
Uber
to like just get
to
your
go
own Uber,
faster,
that's fine.
and
Some of
other
the
people,
volunteers,
yeah,
if you want to, get with them in relationship
awesome.
with them, they're going to be having their cars, and they're going to, you can ride with them. So,
So we should be able to get
like for example,
everybody
I have
in.
my car, so I
Yeah,
can fit maybe 3 or 4 in my car. So if
one
you
or
guys
two or
want to
three
jump in with
trips
me,
probably we could get all
yep,
180 people.
yeah,
Cool.
cool, all
And
right,
then now, why did we pick the Nerd?
yeah. Why did you pick the Nerd?
Because that's where the Bitcoin meetup people go.
That's right.
Ha. And guess what? We're Bitcoin people too. And I went to my first Bitcoin meetup in Las Vegas. I think it was 2018. They do a monthly thing there, and they do it
Hmm.
at the Nerd. So I figured, if we're going to be the next #1 crypto, then we might as well rain on their parade. I don't know if they're going to be meeting up on the same night. Probably not. But we'll always be respectful to them because they helped make things possible by giving us a good example of how people could, build community in crypto, and that it's possible to do a 6 million X even if you don't have the superior technology. So that's a good setup for Hex, I think. And also chose the Nerd because it's a very cool place,
It is a cool place.
and because it's right there next door to the Heart Attack Grill.
Yeah, it's just walking distance. So when you get out of the Neonopolis, so the Nerd is on the second floor, right? And so what
Yes.
you want to do is go down to the bottom to the floor. You just cross the street, and right there's the actually you got to backtrack a little bit, but it's on that same Fremont Street, and you can't
Yeah.
miss it. It's the Heart Attack Grill. And you can have a nice burger. They have the king size. I swear that burger right there that's showing, that's a real burger. I mean, obviously it's not, the girl is not on it, but you can
She'll
order
serve
one of
it to
those.
you.
Yeah, but the thing is that if you do not, this is the thing about Heart Attack Grill. If you do not finish your burger, the ladies will spank you
Publicly.
publicly. Yeah, with a paddle. Yes,
Yes. You go into the Heart Attack Grill, and they've got a Bitcoin ATM right there,
they do.
and then they've got a bunch of cool paintings and different characters, all idolizing having heart attacks and eating good food, and then they will dress you up in a hospital gown, because the assumption is that you're going to eat yourself to death there because it's so good and fun to do so. And then
Mhm.
all of the waitresses are dressed up like nurses, and they will, they'll punish you if you don't finish all your food. And so order accordingly, right?
Yeah. So, and right in front, of the Heart Attack Grill, that's Fremont Street. So after you have your dinner, you don't have to have dinner there. Actually, right across it, like
Correct.
seriously, crossing Heart Attack Grill. There's a nice bar right there. It's called the Hennessy Bar and Grill. You can eat there. There's a lot of eateries, so you don't have to do the Heart Attack Grill. There's a lot to do, a lot to see on Fremont Street. There's even a what they call it, I forget the little the V whatever, the V line or whatever, what they call it. It's like a swing. It's not a swing, but
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
uh, the zip line. It's a
Zip
zip
line.
line.
That's it.
Sorry, couldn't figure that one out. It's so you can ride the zip line on Fremont Street, which is really cool too. So it's kind of off the hook. There's a lot of little shops, a lot of souvenir shops there too. If you want to get some souvenirs for your friends and family.
The other point to make here is that so not everybody will be able to go to the Heart Attack Grill at the same time because it doesn't fit 180 people all at once when it's already open to the public, which is why we've laid out the time here. So 4:30, everybody does a cheers at the Nerd, even if we probably all can't even fit in there, but everybody does a cheers at 5 o'clock when we all get paid. And then some people stay there. Some people go to dinner right away. Some people go to dinner at 6. Some people at 7. Some people 7:30. It's totally up to you. This is just, we're kind of picking points and picking general themes. And then lots of people will be exploring Fremont Street. Lots of people will be eating at other places. This is just an outline for people to follow or not follow.
Right. So, yeah, and then after that, it's pretty much you can explore Fremont, or you can go down to the Strip again. You can do the strip club, or whatever club you want to go to, right? If the ladies wants to go to Men of Thunder or Down Under, that's up to you guys,
Sure.
whatever your flavor is. And of course, Sunday is your travel day. Or, if you want to do anything, explore some more and have another day at Vegas, that's up to you guys, whatever you guys want to do. So, there's plenty to do, plenty to see in Vegas. So, have at it. And the same thing, I'm telling you, be safe, know your surroundings, go in groups, never go by yourself. That's what I recommend. Don't be by yourself, go in groups, to watch each other's back, and also, and have fun. Just have fun and really enjoy Vegas. There's a lot to offer in Vegas. There's everything. You can go see a show. You can go, there's a lot of dining places. There's so much to do. Gambling, you can gamble. The people that like gambling, there's great foods, places if you're a foodie, and then just let me know if you want to go off the strip. Like if you want to go see the Hoover Dam, if you want to go see Zion National Park, if you want to go to Red Rock Canyon, that's a great place. If you're more of an outdoorsy kind of guy, just let me know, and I'll give you some great suggestions and maybe some maps and map things out for you guys. Okay. That's where we're here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much our itinerary. Just like I said, keep it safe. We're gonna keep it fun. It's not like organized. Like we were saying, there's no conference or speakers. It's mainly networking and having fun and having drinks with each other, and just having a pretty much, if you noticed, every 5 o'clock, we're going to do the countdown every single night. So Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night. So for fun and take our pictures, our selfies and whatnot. And so we can have a memorable, kickoff for this meetup. And so hopefully next year and the next year, it could be just a lot more better and better and better.
I forgot one thing. One of my favorite characters in Hex, Naga Bo, will be at the HEXICAN meetup, and he has prearranged with the Marquee Nightclub to allow top hats. Now, let me say, I do not rock a top hat as well as Naga Bo, so I am not sure if I'll be wearing a top hat. But I wanted to let everybody else know because that was definitely a theme. And I think like as long as there's one or two top hat people in every little group that we have hanging out in the nightclub, then we'll all stand out in you know the ways that we want to. And so I wanted to throw that out there, let everybody know. I know Nagabo has made some announcements on his channel, and he's got some 3,000 followers or more probably, and so that'll be a fun thing. Not required. I think it'll be really classy to have some people with, some people without, whatever your style is.
Yeah. So what I'm going to be doing is pretty much Saturday night after the Heart Attack Grill. I'm gonna hit up the karaoke bar right there across the way, and cool. I'm a karaoke kind of guy. I love it.
That's fun.
Yeah.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
Oh, dude, why? Right? Everybody has their go-to. Mine is La Bamba.
Ah, nice.
Para bailar la bamba.
Yeah.
Get the crowd going, right?
There's so many fun things that we're gonna break out and do, and then everybody will, get to have their stories from the first mass Hex meetup.
That's right. That's right. Nice.
Awesome.
All right, that's it for about like the Hex. I don't know if you need to talk about anything else.
There was one last thing I wanted to announce. I'm asking everybody to do a Hex, the 30-second Hex testimonial video that you either send to me directly or post on Twitter, so that we can make a big mashup and compilation of everybody, so that you can say, how has Hex helped you? And I know that all of us, we have big dreams, and we all expect Hex to go even higher than a 1000x that it's done since the beginning. And but I'm asking people, this doesn't have to be your final testimonial, but just so far, why is it that you're in Hex? Is it because of the mad gains? Is it because of the community? Is it because of the mental health? Is it because of the meetup? What are the things that brought you to Hex, and what's caused you to stick around? What would you want other people to know? And so you don't have to say Hex made me rich. You don't have to say all my dreams already came true. But if you are able to say something kind or nice about Hex, and go ahead and post that. You don't have to have perfect hair, or you don't have to be wearing a top hat or anything. But the point is, if you can do this as soon as possible.
Can I do mine right now?
That I would love that. Let me
do it right now.
Main screen. No. Wait, let me figure out how to do this.
There you go.
Let me see here.
My testimonial.
How do I? Let me see if I can.
Just myself?
Yeah, I'm trying to put just you up, but.
Oh, it's not letting you?
I haven't figured it out yet.
Oh, there I am. Well, I don't mind you being in the background, because it's one of the reasons I'm in Hex is because of you, Maddie. Right? So, no, the biggest person that really introduced me to Hex was my brother Lewis. He's we've been in crypto for a while. And we were getting rug pull after rug pull after rug pull after rug pull. And, after a while, we gotten a little hardened about the whole thing and very skeptical about all these cryptocurrencies. And then even when we went into Hex, we were very skeptical, healthy skepticism, right? So because we knew that some coins were like, oh, man, when's the rug pull going to happen, right? We already are expecting that going into Hex. That's what we're expecting, right? Because we saw it out time and time again. So the more we started studying it, and then also I'm grateful for Richard Hart to especially getting on the YouTube channel and really putting his feedback and his knowledge out there to us as a community. I think that was like one of the biggest crown jewels of why Hex is different, right? I mean, how many founders get on the live stream and with their own community and start answering questions, right? Not very few. There's only a handful, right, of cryptocurrency
Correct.
coins. And so, you know, uh, so that was another like layer of trust that I got. The next thing was once I started understanding T shares, wow, I was like, wow, that is like, that's very innovative. I mean, it's really a triple threat. Hex is a triple threat when it comes to other cryptocurrencies because there's the price appreciation, that's where you get your mad gains. There's the interest rate, which is beats out inflation at 3.69%. And on top of that, you got your T shares, right? Which is kind of like, to me, is like a dividend, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so, you know, and then you can kind of plan ahead through the time lock, like different, like the first ones was on my birthday. I kept on, I did yearly stakes on pretty much on my birthday. And I was like, because I knew nobody pretty much forgets their birthday, right? So I know when I'm going to get some mad gains on that date. Then I started doing the ladder, then that whole other strategy. So there's so much game theory in it that I really appreciated the development of the game, right? So and then after a while, it's not a game anymore because now I onboard everybody else, and I could confidently say this is not a rug pull. You know, I can
Yes.
confidently say, hey, this get into this coin. It's different. It's different from these other coins, and time, Hex coin has proven to be way better than the other coins. That's my testimony.
I love it.
And
Well
I love the
put.
community. The community has really like been very, very open. You know, like I was on with RG3 and the whole Discord syndicate. You know, they brought me on with open arms, right? So
With your
uh
brother last night.
yeah, my brother was there too, which is nice because you know I don't want to. He's I don't want to he's you know he's part of me. He's part of my family, right? So we've taken each other. Now, if you notice, he has black hair. I have white hair, right? And
Uh-huh.
he's the older one. He's actually 4 years older than me. So I'm actually the younger brother. So
Ah, okay.
I even though I have gray hair, he doesn't. Kind of weird. I've been going gray since 18 years old, so I don't know. I got
How'd
the
that
gray
happen?
hair. Huh?
Like
It
what happened?
happens. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, and I got my brother in Hex, of course, and it's you know it's really great to have that kind of confidence in so many different aspects of something. One of the points that I want to make in general is how many hours of educational content we have. I was studying today what makes like because I think it's really interesting to understand where the line is between something that's new and exciting versus something that's a scam. And this is something that Lex Friedman asked of Vitalik Buterin, who founded Ethereum, in the interview that they did this week. Lex asked Vitalik, "How do you know what the difference is between a scam and you know something that's legitimately exciting?" And then they went through the different components of what where the overlap is and what the difference is, right? Um, and so a lot of people have mistaken Hex as a scam, just like they mistook Bitcoin as a scam, mistook Ethereum as a scam, and people who miss out on the technical merit of these world-changing innovations, they get left behind. And the
Mhm.
people who believe are the ones who make the mad gains. And that's not without risk because people who are listening and looking out for the next leap forward in economics and in investment, that type of thing, this is not investment advice. This is my psychology perspective on things, and on, people. People do get scammed, and there are thousands of coins that don't have a technical merit, that they promise you things that they can't deliver. And so it greatly fascinates me how people fall between the cracks of there's too much research to do in HEX because there's so much information. And so people either get information overload or just mentally check out and think that it's a scam. And then it's the people in the middle who have the persistence and the brain power to educate themselves and to watch. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of community content. And so when I went to the SEC website today and I looked and was looking at what their definition is of a crypto scam, and it's promising you a high interest rate, that's a scam. And that's fascinating to me because what they're talking about is an old definition of promising you returns in US dollars, which is what old scams had done. And but HEX doesn't promise in dollars; it promises in HEX, which is what the smart contract mints every day based on the rules and the mathematics of the system. And so it's really fascinating to me that HEX, is mathematically able to keep its promises. And then, some of the other qualities of a scam really aren't going to fit at all with HEX, including that one. And so that's why I've committed my time and energy to making new onboarding tools for people who aren't as smart as people in the HEX community. And I'm looking forward to releasing this big new tool, doing a big reveal, hopefully before the HEX meetup. So
nice.
I'll be excited to share that more in the near future.
Yeah, and then the Pulse chain is coming. That's just an added value, right? So the whole Pulse chain and having low fees, and then having a platform to build on, that's what I'm thinking. I'm hoping that Pulse will be like the go-to chain, right, for these projects that are good and have good vibes and good intentions, and they promise and they deliver what they promise. That's what I'm hoping. You always have these bad actors. You always have these bad apples in the barrel, and because of those bad apples, right, then it shines a bad light on the whole community. So we want to protect that community, right? One of the things that in the past, there was Daver Coin that was in the past. I've been in BitConnect. We were in that one. We were in the Laser. There was one called Laser. There was another one called. I could tell you time and time and time again. All of these promised big gains, and no, nothing. It was not transparent. They would keep your keys. It was different. It was just different story. And so I believe that's why another reason why HEX got a bad rap was that people were hardened by the old, just 90% of people getting rug pulled all the time, right? And so, right? And so it just hardens people when they see the next one and they're like, oh, this is just going to be, okay, so when's the next rug pull? So I'm going to get in this one. Hopefully it's early enough so I won't get rug pulled, so I can pull out before they rug pull me, right? So, and I've been there. It felt horrible, especially. And then after a while, I didn't even onboard my family or friends because why did I want to get bad flack from my family When you go there, they'll
Sure.
be like, "Oh, I got rug pulled. You got me in this one investment or this one a coin, and it's look at it right now, it's worthless, right?"
Yeah.
And so I would be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry." What can I say? I didn't have control over the uh, the rug pull, or I was not the founder. I was just really truly excited, thinking that they were going to be delivering what they said they were going to deliver, and at the end, they didn't. And then I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm done. I'm done with this." So for a good year, I would say between 2018, that whole year of 2018, I was not in crypto. I was done. I saw even Bitcoin was just doing this sideways thing going on for a while. And that's another reason why I feel that, even Bitcoin did that, because all of this shilling and shilling and shilling, all these coins and then you have these FUD going on too. Um, you didn't know what to believe anymore. You didn't know what to believe. So one of the things that I love about our community is that we talk to each other, right? I get to go on your show. I got to go into Discord last night. Hopefully I can hit up other, you guys are willing to open arms and open our other influencers and talk about the project and keep us, together. So, because one thing is that, you know, I'm so glad that the OA is there to provide liquidity, right? On the Uniswap side, it's not doing some funky rug pull, right?
To provide limited liquidity so
That's
that the
correct.
price can still go up.
That is
And
correct.
it's just to add to that point, and I know you and I both have a long list of reasons why we know that Hex is different than things that haven't worked out in the past and things that have worked out in the past,
Hmm.
that it's superior. So Richard Hart is believed to have billions of dollars worth of other cryptocurrencies, which puts him in a unique position to never have to sell any Hex, which is where his legacy comes from,
Right.
and will come from, that can't be bought with billions
Mm.
of dollars. And so, how many other founders don't need to sell any coins ever and don't sell out to exchanges in order to get listed quicker because their ideas aren't as unique or have as good a game theory as Hex does. So they need to pay $2 million to get listed on Binance or these
Right.
other exchanges, just so they can prove that they're not a real cryptocurrency, because crypto is supposed to be decentralized,
I
not
mean,
trading on
what
centralized exchanges.
right? What's amazing to me is that Coinbase chose Dogecoin, right? Because you can do on Coinbase, you can buy Dogecoin now on Coinbase, but you can't buy Hex, which just blows my mind. You know, if you compare them, I mean, I'm not trying to bash Dogecoin, but based on results, you know what I mean. It was a meme.
Like,
it was started as a joke. I mean, even the founder says it. Their own of Dogecoin said it was a joke. It was about my dog, and that was it, right? It was a meme coin,
so
right? And,
the 40% a year, I think, is one that's the legitimate reason why Hex is getting gate capped, is because exchanges look at that, the ones that aren't corrupted, which all of them are corrupted, but even if they weren't corrupted, somebody could look at that and say that's a scam, right? And
mhm.
that's where Hex is operating at multi layers of game theory, multi dimensions of game theory, because it actually benefits us to not be listed on a centralized exchange. We already got a 352x in the first year. What, did you want it to be higher than that? Like, that's
I
not
don't understand.
healthy. That's
Yeah,
not healthy. So the fact that we're not listed on a centralized exchange means that we're more of a decentralized, true cryptocurrency than Bitcoin is today. If you buy Bitcoin, if you bought
right.
Bitcoin 10 years ago, congratulations. if you never sell, you're still living the crypto dream. But as soon as you move it onto a centralized exchange and start trading it for fiat, now you're breaking Bitcoin.
Right. Yeah, you're taking away value, right? So, one of the things that I want to point out was, not to bash Vitalik. We're grateful for him because, Hex lives on the Ethereum chain, right? Great deal. Now, however, I think he was on Lex, the same stream that you were talking about. He was letting him know of, because Shiba Inu, when that came out on the Ethereum chain, right, that coin, the Shiba Inu group gave him a good portion of the Shiba Inu, and then it was kind of funny because he was even describing how they wanted him to hold them, hodl them, so they deposited into his hard wallet. This is
his cold wallet.
His cold wallet.
He didn't have access to it at the time because of the lockdown across the world.
Right. And so he was describing that whole thing, and the only reason why they knew that, why would he sell? What did he sold. Now, good thing that he used some of those when he sold the Shiba Inus, Vitalik, he gave some money to charity, right? However, you don't want these big whales to sell, right? Especially if you're coming out of the gate, So it's funny how Shiba Inu has gone up and then it's like petered out, because of the whales that they gave these big coins. They've dumped it. So, all the little guys, unfortunately, right?
So, I know I'm supposed to be like the therapist in the bunch who's always saying like neutral things and positive things, but like I do not like Vitalik. Vitalik is a hypocrite. Vitalik has he's failed to live up to his own mission, which is to create a decentralized world computer, and he has really, I think, hurt a lot of people in this recent move where he dumped the price of Shiba because it was retail investors who were speculating on the price of that as their ticket to freedom. And who is he to go ahead and take something that was given to him for free and to dump it on the heads of the people who believed in it so much that they put their real money into it?
Even if he wanted to do something straight up, yeah,
like people could have donated their own money to charity instead of him taking it from them.
Right. And so that's what I don't understand. It's like, yes, he gave it to he burned some of it and he gave it to, I guess it was India, right? Because the Indian crisis that they was having, where the COVID was rampant. And so, however, like, why didn't he use his own money? Why did he have to use the Shiba Inus? I don't understand that.
Well, because, if people are paying attention to the timeline, it's Vitalik's actions that really crashed the crypto market from its peak. It's not the Elon Musk tweets. So Elon Musk is tweeting every day about crypto or every other day. And the narrative that the mainstream crypto media uses to say, to keep people engaged, right? Because one event that happens once every few months or every few years where Vitalik, the founder of Ethereum, where all the shitcoinery is happening, like they don't want to give him a bad name. They don't want to expose the truth. They want people to continue speculating on Elon tweets. So they shaped the narrative when Vitalik donated and or burned a ton of these tokens. That's when the market, he had timed it so that's when everybody else was thinking that it was the top. And so that he made the top by selling, and then all these charities had to extract money out of the system. So that pulls liquidity from every pair, including Bitcoin and Ethereum and all the coins that those are linked to. I mean, in order to get $100 million or $1 billion or, you know, any amount of money out of the crypto system, it starts to pull all the liquidity out. It's different if you're trading Bitcoin for Ethereum or Shiba for Ethereum, then all the money stays in the system. But if you start pulling money, real dollars out, then it creates ripple. It creates huge splashes. And and so it's not Elon tweets that Elon was already tweeting positive and negative things for a long time. So it was just the timing. So it was a little bit that he was talking about the environment and that he was selling, but everybody was ready to sell. Everybody was already calling the top. And then, then Vitalik extracting real money out of the system that wasn't his, in my opinion. He was stealing value in a sense from people who were trying to buy their economic freedom and speculate, you know, on a system that they didn't think was rigged.
Right. And it's funny because even Elon Musk, you know, all the Bitcoin maximalists, they were touting him, hey, you know, Elon is one of us, right? Elon is one of us. And then like last night or 2 days ago, right, at the Bitcoin conference, right, they were like, you know, screw him, right? We hate Elon. It's like, so they just flipped on their own guy, right? So, and I get it because, you know, Elon, he's doing his own thing. I guess he's trying to do his own coin, right? So I don't know. So it's kind of weird where their own community is not in alignment with each other, right? So
I've probably got a bone to pick with Elon too. I mean, like, there are more responsible ways to expose the hypocrisy in any system or to make improvements other than to sarcastically do things that hurt people's financial stability. So if you're the richest person in the world or you're up there, then I believe you have a responsibility to other people. And so like, just because you get a thrill or like you think it's witty or sarcastic to like have this personality, when that starts hurting real people, even if you're being used as a narrative, it's still your responsibility as a public figure to come out and to say, here's what's really going on, you know, or to say like things that aren't going to swing the market up and down. All that's doing is it's, you know, it's really playing with people's psychology, and it's causing people to lose interest and to stop believing in something that could create more freedom in the world and could fix the world if we fix the money. So I think even if he's got some master plan to like do things way better, which he may or may not, but like it's just very selfish and very self-indulgent and very harmful to others, the approach that he's taken.
Right. I mean, so are you saying about like when you say he was, you know, the whole SNL thing, right? Where he was all into Doge, and then finally at an SNL, they're like, is this a scam? He's like, yeah, it's a scam. Right. So, I mean, to me, it's like, oh my gosh, how do you, I mean, the people in the know, right? They're the ones that benefit because like us, right? The Hexicans are really educating our community constantly about, you know, even Richard Hart, a founder, is trying to tell you, hey, dude, don't trade, right? That's gambling. Hey, get into this coin. I made it so that you can get mad gains. Just all you have to do is wait. That's it. Just wait. You know, look at these different techniques, you know, game theory, which is the T-shares, right? And the interest. And also now that we got the pulse chain, I mean, that's great that a founder is actually going out there and thinking of our community and saying, this is crap about the high fees. So we're going to go ahead and fork Ethereum because we want, not because we want to stick it to the Ethereum or Vitalik. We just want lower fees. That's it, right? We just want lower fees.
Exactly. A responsible way to go
Right.
about pointing out hypocrisy, to improve the system, to create financial freedom. And, you know, it's, like I mentioned, a few minutes ago, it is somewhat helpful for us to be able to repel centralized exchanges and other whales from appreciating the value of HEX. The more that HEX can go under the radar and be an organic thing that doesn't have to sell out to advertisers, that doesn't have to sell out to middlemen, we're the ones doing the work, which is why we deserve the gains as well, right? It's because when you time lock your money and send money to your future self, you have just created an incentive for yourself to promote the positive behavior change and mental health and economic effects of such a system where you are a stakeholder now and you can spread the word about things that make people healthier. Taking out debts, borrowing from your future self, and becoming a part of a system that can continuously steal from you by raising the prices of everything, even as technology makes things cheaper, this is an unhealthy system. And so if HEX can be the thing that ironically is not a curse to the world, but is a cure, and can make money healthy again by incentivizing saving for the future, then I hope all the psychopaths and scammers that are running the world now, I hope they do think it's a scam. And I hope they continue to tell everybody that while we speak truth to power.
Right. And that has to come out organically from our community, right? So that's why we're here. That's why we're streaming. That's why I got my own stream. And believe me, if you go back in my own stream, I'm going to talk about myself, right? I was promoting other coins at first. I'm not bagging on that. But then the day that they did not promise what they said, I'm done with you, right? So same thing. I mean, even in HEX, if Richard Hart says this is what's going to happen and doesn't do what you said he's going to do, I'm done.
Sure.
Why? Because that's the responsible thing to do. Because you get to choose, right?
Because what we've learned being in crypto so long, you and I both, is that critical thinking and updating your worldview, it's an important part of your personal financial decisions and what you entertain others with the ideas of, right?
Yeah.
When we're educating other people, when we're sharing our own, struggles and successes, then critical thinking and updating our worldview. Yes, if something were to change, we would, we would update our followers and we would stand corrected, which that's a great attitude and that's a great point to make.
Right.
Sure.
So in other words, that, nothing ever is, nothing's perfect either. Right. So, in the future, like, for example, like me, like I'm following our community. I'm following certain people, influencers, because, they give me great information, right? Richard Hart's one of them, right? They're giving me great information, good information to get me in a new place, right? In a positive place. So, but I'm not following so closely that I'm a lemming that I just go right off the deep end like everybody else, right? Also, that's the critical thinking that you're talking about, right? And then on top of that, don't follow what I do. That's if you follow me on our channel, FreedomTV.info, I tell you, my strategy is very different than a 20-year-old, right? I'm a 45-year-old. My financial strategy is very different. I don't have as many 15-year cycles as a 20-year-old, right?
Yes.
I have less. So my strategy is a little different. Mine's a little more aggressive, more short term, right? My brother's, He's 50 years old. He's 5 years older than me. Um, his strategy is different than mine. He's more aggressive. He was way more aggressive in the short term. Why? Because he only has maybe one 15-year cycle for Hex, and that's about it. You know, he might, hopefully he has more. You know, who knows what the future holds, but he's planning for one 15-year cycle, right? Because if he's 50, that makes him 65. And so after 65, he wants to enjoy the fruits of his labor, right?
Absolutely.
And so now the next cycle is not for him. He knows that the next cycle, 15-year cycle, if he ever chooses to restake those that matures, those are for his daughter and his grandchildren, and he's already planning for that, which is great.
Yeah.
I think that's a great idea, right? For me, even so, same. We're brothers. We were born in the same time. We know each other for forever. He knows me my whole life, right? Because he's my older brother. We both have two different strategies. Because same here. I don't have any kids, so it's me and my wife. I'm planning for 2 cycles. 30 years. I'm 45. In 2 cycles, I'm going to be, what is that? 45 plus 30, that's 80,
75.
it's 75 years old, right? So by that time, I'm hoping, I'm actually planning to be a FIRE, right? Financial independent, retire early.
Yeah.
In the first, at least the first 15-year cycle. My second 15-year cycle is to enjoy, right? And
Yes.
of course, I'm putting things in place where it's my wife and my wife's kids and my nephews and nieces, right, that are going to benefit from that. So it's just a different feel, different place, right? Everybody's different. Everybody has to stake accordingly to their what's your life cycle is. So that's what's so cool about the whole SANS Foundation, right? Is to prolong life, right? So if you have a good reason to have a prolonged life and having something good and having the means to do that, why not, right? And so maybe putting that research and maybe when I in my will, I'll definitely contribute to those researches so that my kids, like not my kids, but my nieces and nephews, they have prolonged life and have a good life, right? So, I mean, you want to start talking or thinking about legacy, what you want to leave behind, because this is going to be a huge transfer of wealth, and you can get on the ship now, or be forever like left at the bus stop.
I'm gonna write a special smart contract in Hex and have lots of people look at it to make sure that it doesn't have any problems with it. It'll probably only be like a handful of lines of code, but what it will do is it will allow you to send Hex to a contract that stakes it perpetually. So every 15 years, it automatically restakes without even allowing you to withdraw the principal. And then that would allow people to like make a perpetual donation to like a charity, so that the charity can't like withdraw the principal, but every year, every 15 years or whatever, then there's money coming out, and so it's like,
Yeah, the interest, they can pull out
yeah.
the interest and it restakes the principal, right?
Yeah.
Why not? Absolutely.
So
That's a
then
great piece of
it
code.
will
I would love
live
to see
on
that.
longer than any of us,
Right.
into
Now
the
you have
future.
foundations, right? Like the
Yeah.
Ford Foundation is more than, it's only already 80 plus years old, right? The Ford Foundation. You got the Rockefeller Foundation, that's another 100 years old or something like that.
Oh yeah.
And so, now we can have the Matty Allen Foundation, right?
Once people are ready to see like what I'm planning here, because I've been making plans to like do something special with programmable money that's good for people's mental health and stuff. And so, like I said, the first step is going to be creating an onboarding tool that saves us all a lot of stress and time, and simplifies things down to a level that we can use all the psychology in the book to help other people, to pump our own bags, and to start getting people into this financial freedom situation. And then there'll be pieces that are built onto that that will further incentivize mental health. And so I'm really excited to announce that here in the next couple weeks, probably, and coming up into Vegas. So I better get back to work on that now, come to think of it. And
Sure.
I've really enjoyed our discussion. I love how you and I can work together and coordinate this HEX meetup, but then also it seems like talk forever and have these really enjoyable conversations about economics and cryptocurrency and everything in between.
Even mental health. I love it. Yeah.
That's right.
Thanks. Thanks, Maddie. Well, definitely we'll lasso up. I guess we're going to have another meetup, I guess, the 19th, right? Saturday before the event, or are you going to be traveling?
So we'll talk privately about different arrangements and then announce things publicly in the Telegram as they come up.
Okay.
And I want to encourage everybody again to look down in the comments or in the description below on YouTube, and you'll be able to see all the places where you can follow TMoney and subscribe to his channel at FreedomTV.info and see all the amazing things that he's doing for the community beyond this stream.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you very much, Maddie. Well, I'll see you next time. All right.
Yep. Sounds good. Take care,
Peace.
everybody.